Don't you just love those hot, steaming meat reveals right at the beginning of a food video? Let's reverse sear a picanha. First thing I'm going to do is give this thing a overnight dry brine using kosher salt. I'm only putting salt on the meat side. Not going to put salt on the fat cap side because salt can't penetrate through it. The next day we are going to go ahead and load up the Weber Smokey Mountain, which is what I'm using today, with some Jealous Devil lump charcoal. And then we are going to get it started with my torch. I bought this for 20 bucks off of Amazon. Go get your one. They'll save you a lot of time. After I have a good flame, I'm going to add a little bit more charcoal over it. That just helps get that heat spread. Then it's time to go inside and get the meat ready. I'm going to use W sauce as a binder, and then I'm going to go down with my own personal salt, pepper, garlic rub. I'll leave a description for the ingredients, and then I like to finish off with hardcore carnivore black. This lets you set up a really good bark on a fast cook, something that you're not taking a piece of meat past 200 degrees internal. So we're only going to go to around 135, 140 internal. We want something that's going to help us set up a good bark without a super long cook, so that's what I'm using. Now, if you are someone who likes to use a pellet grill, you can absolutely do this on a pellet grill. You'll just need another way of searing it. But if you're ready to step up from a pellet grill, but you don't want an offset, go get you a Weber Smokey Mountain. That's what I did, and I absolutely love this thing. Still use the pellet grill from time to time, but I mostly cook on this. It's easy. It's still a little bit of set it, forget it, and it is fun to cook on. Now, once the charcoal is where I want it, I'm going to add some cherry and hickory wood chunks, put on my diffuser vortex plate, and then it's time to put the Smoky Mountain back together and get ready to throw that picanha on it just as soon as it hits the temp that I want it to. Once it gets to 250, I'm going to start closing vents so I can set that temp in. About 25 degrees early, you want to do that. I'm aiming for 275. Now, once I get the temperature locked in, I'm going to go fat cap down to start. The Smoky Mountain does cook from the bottom up, so I'm going to try to render a little bit more of that fat cap by starting it down. After about 20 minutes, though, I'm going to flip it and go ahead and move it to where the fat cap is up, and we're going to keep it that way for the rest of the cook. I do have a little bit of water in the water pan down there, just helping keep a little bit of moisture in there. Then after another 20 minutes, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and move this thing directly over that water pan to catch some of those drippings. Have the diffuser plate in there, and it's really hard to clean. Once we hit an internal temp of 130 degrees, it's time to pull it off. Now take a look at how this is looking with that hardcore carnivore black. Just look at that bark. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now it's time to reverse sear this thing. I'm going to move all the charcoal to one side, almost die, get in there and put my grate on, and then almost die again. Now we are reverse searing. I'm just looking for a really fast sear. This Jealous Devil charcoal gets super hot, so I'm just going to touch it a little bit on each side and get a little more of that rendering of that fat cap. Not looking for anything crazy, just a little bit more color on top of what I already have. Once you get that, you just be careful really not to burn it and take it off. Now it's time to get it wrapped. Now I like to go down with a little bit of beef tallow, and I'm going to set this picanha right in that tallow with the fat cap up. It's really simple to wrap if you don't know how. Just fold in all of the edges, and what I like to do is I roll it once, fat cap down, roll it again, fat cap back up, and then tuck it in super tight. Let it rest for 30 minutes. After that, we're going to open it back up. I like to pour some of that excess tallow off that butcher paper right onto it. It's time to cut it open. Now, I was aiming for medium rare, but I think it carried over a little more in that butcher paper. It's a little closer to medium than I wanted to, but it's still super juicy. I'd never actually cooked one of these before and been wanting to try it for a long time. I'll cut a little slice and give it a taste. Let me tell you, this thing was absolutely fantastic. If you've never done it before, you've got to try it. Get outside and get to cooking.